Okay, we should be live now. Thanks for checking out the VOD. If you're new here and we get going, you enjoy what you see, be sure to subscribe. It doesn't cost you anything, and it's a good metric for us to follow. We've got about, like 6,000 people in Discord now, and I don't think we have near that many people following us on YouTube. It'd be cool if they were. All right. So this is stream 1 of 2 before this weekend's playtest. And that's going to be a pretty big deal for us. So that's exciting. Nomly fans, what's going on? But yeah, so we've got the playtest this weekend. It is... How long is it? 34 hours of playtest. So if you want to just stay up the whole time, that should give you plenty of time to check it out. But if you're just going to pop in for a few hours, then you've got a range of times to be able to check it out. So, hey, Kobex. What happened there? Let's try this again. Kobex, I apologize because I feel like I've had this conversation before. Are you the Kobex from TDE? I swear, we probably, if you are, then we've probably even had this conversation like 5 times now. Sorry, my memory's so bad sometimes. All right, then I think we've had this conversation before, and then I mentioned that Karados, the Dwarven Paladin, was in here at one point, and we maybe talked about the TDE Discord. Probably all of those things. If that is correct, then cool. I won't rehash it. Man, I forget. Was it you or Karados that told me about the TDE server? You have the server. That's right. Now it all makes sense. And we discussed this before as well. You're a monk, right? And I swear, if that is the case, then I remember that just in general, not from our last conversation. I think I've talked about this a few times with people. Just the name pops up and I immediately like picture old EQ art. So we're getting ready. We're running a little bit behind because we've actually had, we've been doing some new work in here. If you look right here, you can see the texture blending that we're doing. And with the new texture blending, in order to get the texture blending to work, and by we, I mainly mean, I think it was mainly Monty and Pattis who, I think that's correct, and maybe Baloo on stuff that he worked on or whatever, but I know that Monty was basically converting the mesh to be able to work with the triplanar blending, blah blah blah. But essentially these are just 2 textures that we've had for forever. This is the original sand texture that Ali made year 1. I don't even know, it might have been in the first few months of development. And then this is the texture that we got from Maria a while back. You okay over there, babe? Okay. Hey Zukin, what's going on, buddy? Hey Cross. Yeah, so it's the blending though is, and maybe this is just some normal shit that overlooked or whatever. But the concept of how the blending works is so awesome to me. When I first saw it, when Monty was talking about helping us out, well, I mean, Monty's been around our community for, I think, since the project started. But when he was talking most recently about hopping in and starting to do some of this stuff, he showed a little demo of how this worked, and I was like, oh shit, that makes perfect sense in terms of how it works technically. I just never really thought about the fact that we could do this. And so what it's doing is it's taking the, you know, I'm going to give it a layman's explanation, because I am no expert, but it, you know, my understanding is it takes the depth information, right? Like if we were doing height mapping or whatever, we could look at the texture and derive depth information, and so we can make it look like it's standing out in like every game, you know. Again, it's just a personal preference thing. I'm not trying to shit on it or whatever, and we may find that my personal preference is wrong in the longer term, but honestly, rather than have everything feel bumpy and sort of artificial and like just an aspect of the engine doing whatever, I kind of prefer flatter and painted where it makes sense. But to be able to still, even without there being the actual visible height differentiation or height mapping or whatever, to be able to use that height data to then blend the textures, it's just fucking, as soon as I saw it, I was like, that makes perfect sense that it could do that, and it's amazing. And the trickery that we can do in the future with some different surfaces and stuff, like we haven't started doing the walls yet and things like that, and showing like wear and everything else. But we do have the new texture the Goblin's working on in here, and yeah, so it's been really, really cool to see this come together. But it's a whole new workflow. We've had some missteps with, you know, stepping on each other's toes and checking stuff out, and we don't lock files and source control and stuff. So we're running a little hot for this weekend is basically the TDLR, or wait, no, TLDR, TD, the touchdown. Yeah, the TLDR. But yeah, so with this in, yeah, Brown Butcher. So, I mean, it could just as easily, just like this, it could be snow, it could be moss, it could be mud. Will there be a performance hint to render that change? There shouldn't be. And on the performance side, I'll say this now. Touchdown long run? Exactly, that's what I was shooting for. A meat blend? We could probably blend some meat, put some liverwurst in the cracks. Oh, got a crazy texture here. The performance, Chinny D, right now, if you remember my previous streams, I'm running an editor right now. And you like right before they found some optimizations a week or so ago, I was probably running at like between 10 and 15 frames. And I'm mostly running at like 20 to 30 frames now in editor with all this other shit running and stuff like that. That's not the promise that your frame rate's going to be perfect. We also don't have a ton of players running around and all that other stuff, but this is an editor, and my editor performance has been pretty atrocious lately. Whereas then when I'm playing in the built client, it's usually much better, much better than the editor. So we'll see. We'll be taking a look at it. Hey, Shmonite. It would be cool in a dungeon with blood spilling into the cracks. I could see that as well. Hey, Sparrow. So and then keep in mind, we're still getting, there's still a lot of opportunity for optimization. Let me just say that. Dozakar, you will have an opportunity. You'll have an opportunity this weekend. Hey, Darius. So we've got the new textures coming in. We've got props that Bilth has gotten in throughout the city. Hey, Rev. What's up, Fielder? Weird, you can see my bow in the background. I don't remember that being the case before, but my camera gets knocked around so much. Had a question about Wagoneer stuff, didn't get a chance to play with it. Oh, I don't think we have any Wagoneer stuff in, to be honest, yet. We still have some culling bugs, it's interesting. See, the culling's helping to optimize things, but if I look here, the sconce disappears. And then if I look here, the box disappears. Yeah, so we put a bunch of trainers in for a lot of the various ideas that we had in terms of wacky trade skills. Trades. We went ahead and just put them in, which kind of forces us to not forget about them and will help us. You guys will keep us honest. Be like, hey, what about this? And if we've cut it, then we can say we cut it. And if we didn't cut it and it's just being worked on, then we can tell you the status. I'm gonna be so today and tomorrow, not tomorrow, Thursday. Today I'll run around a little bit and look for anything obvious that's kind of weird or whatever. And then on Thursday we'll be running around in the actual client. Hopefully you guys are downloading it by then. And looking for anything crazy and obviously broken. You want to make a wagon, haul it outside a dungeon, and load that thing with all the loot? Cross, if you do that, I will be so happy. I will be so happy. If that's your life's ambition in this game, keep coming in here. Let's keep chatting. Because I think the more that we can facilitate that type of dream for people, the more that kind of stuff will happen. And I think it'll make the game a better place. Mainly because then people will stop yelling at me about merchant stuff, because you'll fill the gap. You'll be like, you know what? Quit complaining about there not being a merchant nearby. I've got my wagon out here. I want to pile it full of your stuff. I'll give you a decent price on it. And I know which vendors buy what in town because I'm an expert. And if you do all of that, I will be so happy. I'll find some way to make it up to you. You need reagent supplies? I got you covered outside the dungeon. At a premium, of course. Exactly, dude. Oh, you and Chinny D and Justin, if you guys can make all of your mercantile dreams come true. Actually, let me state that a different way. If you guys stick with those as your dreams, I'll do my best to make them come true. And then we'll both benefit. The coffee and taco truck, Dozakar, yeah. It's so weird saying your name. Because it's hard for me to not picture you as a dragon. Mobile coffee barista actually could make sense, right? Like if it's not easy for people to carry infinite food with them and drinks, then you could hang outside the dungeon as well. Oh. I was just saying, I can't wait for falling damage to be put back into the game. We've got enough verticality that that there needs to be some fall damage. Normally fans, you will eventually be able to buy wagons in the game. Sparrow said she thinks of Doja from Ghostbusters. Was it Doja or Gozer? Was it a D or a G? Let me look it up. Been quite a while. Need to be a guild of rogues called Torch Dash that deliver light sources to people in dungeons. Rev Chumley, that is actually a brilliant idea. Using Gozer. Okay, cool. I didn't have to look it up. If someone asks if you're a god, say you're a god. Gozer the Gozorian. Gozerian? That's right. But yeah, I can imagine rogues actually being really good merchants now that you mention that. It's funny you say that, but I didn't think about that before. But I could completely say, or completely see rogues sneaking in, grabbing up stuff that people want to sell and taking them out to the wagon. Ray, if someone asks if you're a god, say yes. Who said that? Was it Vinkman that said that? What's up, John? So, yeah, I'm running around looking at stuff. Hopefully that doesn't spoil your experience. You can just close your eyes and listen. It'll be similar to Nathan's video now that the verbal NDA is lifted for Pantheon. I love his videos, but it was getting in his puppet video for that was just the dragon video was oh my god, it was outstanding. But the video where he was just describing it was just like a black screen. He was like, picture if you will. I could only go so long on that one before I was like, it's too much of me picturing. I'll wait to see what it looks like when he's allowed to show stuff. Winston said it to Ray. Are you sure? Odd. I could swear I could picture Vinkman's getting shrill on that one. But fair enough. Oh, I can't click the link. I'll get in trouble probably with YouTube. Stay tuned. Nathan will be announcing. Oh, like showing a full video. Why are you up here, my? Where are you going, buddy? Buddy. Aha! You know what? I bet I know what this is. This is what happens whenever we try to cheat and not do go-tos, but instead just have like a long go-to path. Guaranteed. Sparrow said, I like your choice of watercolor. Oh, you mean in-game? For some reason I was like, watercolor painting, watercolor. All this data just got loaded up in the background. Look at all these spawns. Violet said, what a coincidence, I'm taking a bath right now. Solid mental image. Yeah, so this is what happened right here. he went to go to 7 or index 7, which is a go to. And then after that, there's probably a go home. Go to 7, pause, go home. Yep. And then he's like, all right. F it. So what we need to do is give him a couple more go-tos. And then go check on this person on this dock over here and see if they're hopping off into the water as well. Can it be Saturday already, please? Fabrizio, that is fine for you. You have my blessing for it to be Saturday already, but for us, we need the time to make sure that your Saturday is not wasted. We will all give you hours if we can blink and wake up. Will we all give you hours if we can blink it? I don't know how that works actually. Is there an option to have him traverse the waypoint list in reverse? So we have discussed that, Nicodemus, because it would make life a little bit easier. We've discussed it. We have an issue written up. It's on our list of tool improvements, but there is an interesting problem that arises from the setup of having go-tos play in reverse, which is, say we have the reverse kind of Uno command here at where would we put it? At the end of this pause, right? So he gets here at 7 that we have selected, and then he pauses for 60 seconds. And then he goes back. John, that's an Ollie question. Or statement or whatever. So what we'd want to do is at the end of the pause, retraverse the index in reverse. Now the problem is, it's not really a problem, but a consideration is if index number 9 here at the bottom was a reverse, or however we want to call it, we'll probably end up just calling it reverse. Then the pause at 8, if we want it to be 60, needs to be 30 probably, right? Because it's, it comes up, it pauses for 30 seconds, goes to the next command, hits reverse, goes back for 30 seconds for a total of 60 seconds, goes back to index 7. But it's already on index 7, so it's like, I'm already here, no big deal. Then it goes through the list, which is fine, back to the beginning. When it hits the beginning, it needs to know that it's now at the beginning, which I guess is just something we'll do in code, because it's at index 0. Now, if the first thing in code is this 60, then we just divide that by in half, and it does the same thing it did before. Now the problem we run into is if we have pauses at different go-tos. So this one's easy because he pauses when he spawns, looks out over the water, decides to go patrolling down here, gets the end of his go-tos at 7, looks over the water, and then goes back. But what if we have a pause in the middle here? So at like go-to 3 here in the middle, he also pauses and says, hello, Fred, to the guy that he's pausing next to. Now, in the index, when we're traversing it the original way, it'll go to, pause, and then go to 4, right? So it'll be 3, pause, 4, blah, blah, blah. Now, on the way back, the pause is going to be in the wrong place because it'll go 4, pause, 3. So what we'd have to do is, I think, in order to make the reverse work properly, is actually expand the go-to command to also include a potential pause, so that the pause and the go-to are sharing the same index. indices, whatever the word is for this. The easiest way would be to have an add reverse in the reverse order so that it can get back to where it started. I see what you're saying. So then it would basically create, now you're saying if it had 8 steps, it would now have 15. Now would it generate all 15 and have it? Why not have 2 commands? Reverse, go to only, and reverse, go to and pause. Because I think the second that we have go to and pause, we'll probably use go tos and pauses pretty frequently, because right now, the fact that I have a separate pause from this go to, if I had a go to that could also do pauses as well, it'd actually save me a couple of commands that I put in. Can you use absolute coordinates for the go tos? Yeah. If I understand you correctly, I mean it is using absolute coordinates, but it's the problem isn't rooted in the coordinates, it's rooted in the order of the commands. Liz said, well, the 8 would be the made ones and it would work on them, but the other half would be steps you already made, so it puts them back. But the question is, do we actually see that, or is that something that just happens? But even then, it won't understand the logic, because if it's like we're structuring the logic. Let me expand this so I can see you guys better. Dumbbat said, just watch your EverQuest interviews on YouTube. Good times. Hey, thank you for being here. Glad you checked them out. Can you create a circle type path that just accounts for that? Not in this case. I mean, we could create a circle type path, which we've kind of already done here. Now the circular logic doesn't help us either, because it's got to go back positionally. It's got to reverse positionally while then understanding our intent, which it's not going to, right? And so the way that we would typically do this is just, if we wanted to have that behavior, we would add in 15 or 16 commands. Could you add something like, if it's counting go-tos up, do pause. If it's counting down, don't. But we do want it to pause. Right? But we just want it to pause in a different order. Can you add a direction tracker, which then can be used as a conditional, so some steps can be set only to happen going forward or reverse? But I'm not sure how that would help us in this case. And I could just be missing the obvious. Because again, this one, it works fine. This one's an easy like case for it to work through, right? Because nothing's happening between stops. It starts here, pauses, he walks around here, stops, pauses, and then in theory just walks back and just keeps doing that over and over again. But with the way this structure is structured, the easiest way I could think of to make it easy is to make it so that by building in the pause into the go-to, right? Because just like we have this has custom facing flag that we can use, we could basically just put a pause here and then another field, and what that'll do is essentially when it hits 5, index 5, indices 5, whatever, one of you programmer nerds tell me how to properly speak English. Anyway, when it hits 5, it'll just know upon executing or upon achieving go to 5, so upon reaching this destination, then pause for the duration listed in the field, which would basically also help us to not have to do like we're doing here, which is 7 and 8. So 7, go to blah blah blah. Once it hits here, it then goes to 8, which is pause for 60 seconds. it's so frequent that a go-to ends in a, or it's so frequent that a pause is right after a go-to that combining go-to, combining pause into go-to while still maintaining a separate pause for other stuff just kind of makes sense. And I think that's ultimately going to be the best way to do it. And then that I think makes it a lot easier to have a reverse, like basically retraverse the index in reverse command. So while we're here, let's see if we can fix this guy really quick. All right, so what we're gonna do is we're just gonna wanna give him another couple go-tos. So go-to here. It's gonna look real janky until I move it. So pause, and we'll move the go-to right up before the go home. Hey Ali, you are absolutely first. Ali, people had questions that were technical about pathing and other stuff that I just said talk to Ali on that one. I can't answer your questions. I'm not here for that. And then we'll make another one of these. And technical is your middle name? It's true. What people don't know is you've actually got like 6 middle names. He has a herald that enters the room before him to recite all of his names. Please welcome His Majesty Ali, Technical, Programmer Art, Design Master. 5 other things, Al Khalifa. True pick of my Herald. Fun fact, his name is Gerald. Gerald the Herald. Why is that way up in the air like that? That's not good. That's not where we wanted it. That'll need to be moved. Somebody showed me the existence of a white capsule in Pantheon, and next time I talk to Joppa, we're gonna have to talk about that. Have they always been there? Have those always existed? I'm gonna have some words. Love to see him walk in the air. I don't think our pathing works that way. At least not for NPCs. If it was a boat, I think it could work. Alright, we'll hit save here. Figured out something interesting earlier, which eventually will have a command that invalidates the thing that figured out. But figured out how to... you know what? You guys aren't even going to be interested in it. It's silly. Let me catch up on what Nicodemus was saying above there, though. Oh, Nicodemus even has a formal title for you, Ali. Do you see that? Please welcome Sheikh Ali, Keeper of the Sacred Server, High Neck Coder of the Interwebs. It is he who must be incredibly tired. It is he who must be incredibly tired. Incredibly tired is Ollie's middle name. I'm just making tacos and chuckling over here. What? Did you hear about the taco and coffee truck? Ali incredibly tired Abua? How do I pronounce that properly? What kind of tacos are you making, buddy? Nicodemus said earlier, alternatively, if you're trying to have the NPC speak to another NPC, instead of pause, you need to go to target NPC function in between those two waypoints. Function would take the location of target, like a meter, so it stops recording NPC distance to target that. I think go to target NPC function, or we'll call it command, so no one gets the idea of it. We're coding over here. We're scripting some shit over here. Nope, we just have commands. I swear, it's simple. It's not scripting. My little brain can handle it. Anyway. Oh, there's a prop popping. We got a popping prop. There's some prop poppage. Anyway, I think for more dynamic stuff, that would be good. Go to NPC. But if you're wanting them to face properly and all that stuff, I think it's probably got to be a little more deterministic, unless go to NPC, considers NPC facing, and then always tries to put the other NPC in front of the NPC, but then what happens if the NPC is facing in some weird ass way? Tidy Tibbs, cool. I'm glad it brings up some memories for you. It's our middle name. Sipping coffee after my nap, best time of the day. Man, I love post-nap coffees when I can get a nap. Ollie said he's making pulled beef tacos because he doesn't eat pork. At least not that he'll admit to. Fun fact, our commands are actually Eminem Basic. 10 print dwarf. You know what? I might accept the actual editing of the commands if it was just basic. No, but having this stuff in this editor like this it's helpful because it's it's visual, it's integrated in a way where it's really easy to grab and move stuff, etc. Excuse me for that burp. Zukin, there's an eye patch? What? I was just looking at what you posted over in Slack. Oh man, that's tough looking. Sparrow asked if the female ogre has an eye patch? Or are you just asking about female ogres in general? Well, let me see if you posted. Maybe I can figure that out on my own. Oh, asking if there are female ogres. There are female ogres, and they are kind of sexy. I don't know if it's appropriate for me to say that on the internet about a video game in 2023, but you know, I mean, sure, the jacked up face is not sexy, but here, let me hop out. Let me hop out really fast. I'll make one. So I've got some base pop into the bins, but I don't have any of the other races. They're all humans at the moment, so I do think there'll be some. We'll add some interesting characters over into the bins in the next pass. But for the playtest, if you go over there, it's only humans. I will warn you, if you go over there, be invisible or stealth or something. So otherwise, you won't enjoy it for the time being. So yeah, let's try this again. How's the Wandering Dude? I haven't checked him yet, but I am pretty damn certain that after hitting save, he is good. And we can just check him in a bit. Hey, Infarsh. This guy is ready for the carnival. But ogre, big, female. Whoa, she's sexy. Notice somebody already had an ogre female in the last playtest named Snoo Snoo, which makes sense. East Germany Olympic athlete, circa 1985. She is all natural. That's Gulo Gulo. You know what? I thought I saw that as on one of the videos. What's up, Robert? Hey, have you guys heard the new song? It was playing earlier, but a lot of you folks may not have been in here yet. Have you heard the new Sungreet Strand song? Here, let me show you her other face. Turd Cutter 12, thank you for the follow and for having such a fun name. Pretty much any poop name that comes in here makes me happy. Alright, if you haven't heard the song yet, then I will hop back up to it so you guys can listen. And then I'll shut the F up and we'll look at some character stuff. Ooh, and I might actually try to tackle a couple things in the whatchamacallit. What do we call it? Let me go back. The dressing room. What a dummy, Sean. Alright, here we go. Here we go. Sungreet Strand. Coming at you. Coming at you live. We'll turn it up. Hey, J-Dog. We're listening to Robert's new song. Yeah, looks like we still got a few adjustments to do, which is fine. I'll just pull a couple of these things out of there. Zukin, it's looking like that's the case. I'm sorry, buddy. Hey, you know. Did we lock stuff down already? Double check in with Ollie. I don't know if he's pulled or not. Quicksound is called the song An Ear Adventure. I like it. Robert said his main sources of inspiration were North Row in combo with Monkey Island. Wanted it to be mysterious, but I felt the song needed some uplifting, exotic calypso feel to it, with some marimba, xylophone, wood, and drum action. Yeah, it's great, man. I think it's pretty tight right here. Of the trade skills, would you say cooking and fishing are the most baked out in game? I would say cooking and like tailoring, blacksmithing, probably. Yeah, so good job, Robert. Another wonderful song. I love when he posts the songs for the first time. It's always goosebumps. Oh, damn. That's a dope look as well. I'm gonna assume she is an archer. She's got a very big sword. That sword is huge. Pessimistic Squid said had a ton of fun as an archer last playtest. I really like the feel of the ranged auto attack. Especially the change between ranges. So going from range to melee automatically, and then when they flee, you automatically go back into ranged. Feels really nice. Zukin, it looks like you may want to take a look at the bracers as well. I'm hitting the random button, so who knows, maybe it's not legit. But those last bracers were a bit off. Hey, Angel. That is a massive hammer as well. We may have to look at some of the scaling. Should be bigger. Why you... Okay, so let me... Now that we've checked her out, we've been checking her out. Check it out. Wait, is that ogre or dwarf? This is ogre. Dwarf would be... Wait, feel like ogre should be more menacing, ugly. Well, appreciate your opinion. The ogre male is a bit more, and she's got a face that definitely... She's got a more menacing face, but don't you dare think that we should change her body type. Given that most of you will be looking up at her like this, I've got the feeling that she's plenty menacing enough. I'm not complaining, I played female ogre on EQ like I'm rough and rowdy. You and literally 5 other people. We're hoping more people will play them with the new body type. Dwarf, a fair bit smaller. Thanks, Irish Drive. And yet he's still bigger than Gnome. Trolls are not in game yet. No. Pessimistic squid, you never know, you may be once it's all said and done. Do we have a goblin model? We do. I'm trying to remember. It's like in How do I keep skipping past the head slot? Bracers, gloves, backpack, cape, shoulder, head. Head. Okay. There we go. ready to give someone the business. Oh, white eyebrows, you're right. Shit. Goblin, good point. The white eyebrows, it's key. I forgot about eyebrows. There we go. Funny how well the turban works on the dwarf. Yeah, I like it. I like this headgear. Zukin, some additional turban-y type things, maybe a fez. Add into the regional look. Maybe what's the one that's not really, it's just got like the ring around it? Ollie probably knows the actual name. But it's just like the cloth with the ring. That would be super tight as well. We could use that on some merchants and stuff as well. And then just like the cloth with face mask, be pretty tight. Get all these desert goods in. People come all the way over to the desert biome just to buy dope ass like head and face options. like the one that Sand Giants and EQ used to wear. Yes. It's funny, when we first started the project, somebody was like, you can't do the EQ Sand Giant. It's problematic. And Ollie was like, are you kidding me? I love it. What did he say? It says something like, it looks like one of his cousins or something. I was just like, dying. EQ, wait, ever quest Sand Giant. Gigante. Yeah, we need one of these. Hey, Pattis. Yeah, it's funny, you know, we're just getting started, but the amount of variety and stuff that exists is really cool. So yeah, thanks, Targus. Targus said, the equipment randomizer really highlights that the work the team put into the gear system is really paying off. Everything is really starting to mesh together, and it shows. It's very kind of you. What if there was an option where the beard went upward and was woven into part of the turban? Good or bad idea? How would we handle that? Would you have to own the turban for that to work? Right now, he's kind of looking like German dudes I saw at the grocery store when I first moved here. Check the second brown variant for the dwarf. Features. Yeah, they almost tie in there, huh? Their equipment. Run-wise. He's holding that hammer like, who's gonna be the first person to say something about me pink helmet? Not one word. I got me mallet. Look like the cleric planar gear. Oh yeah, fair point. Aramis said, I had an idea the other day where instead of picking your class at character select, you would do it by going to the respective guild in game and doing the rest there. Essentially, you would spawn as a level 0 commoner. What do you guys think about that? We are not planning armor dies. No, we'd rather facilitate that with actual just different items, even if it's the same stats but different aesthetic. Give you more things to collect, I guess, instead of just smacking things with die. Bullet Catcher says, yes, level 0 commoners. Some players will choose to play that out. Perhaps allow trade skilling too. Trade skilling as a level 0 commoner. At one point, like very early in a project when you just kind of like toss ideas like that up, I'm fairly certain we've talked about that. And Daria said, personally, I don't want to start the game as a desert beggar. Basically, it's a minor thing in the grand scheme. What if it was an option? But then we'd also have to facilitate that. In my humble opinion, you guys may not realize this, but this is strictly my opinion. Oh shit. Now we're out of the desert theme. This one, he's like, I swear I'm sneaky. You're literally a cannonball with spikes. No, I'm sneaky. We have historic types of helmets and armor too? You mean like actual historic sort of looking stuff? Eventually. I could definitely see a stronger push for that kind of look when we do Terralon. Check out the website. OnlyFans, check out the website. There's some reference to it. Okay, you know what? Let me actually look at an NPC, see if I can bring an NPC up. Night Harbor. Drunken. Well, not race, sorry. NPC. NPC. Okay. Let's modify this guy. Currently, the Benz has a bunch of like an initial passive NPCs that I put in, but I haven't really done much with them. Shmonite, the meat on the spit will not be done until the game is ready to go live. I think somebody mentioned this before, but if they did, then I agree. If they didn't mention it, then consider it a new idea. We just leave this meat looking exactly like this until the game is ready, and then we'll upgrade it. All right, so let's change to dwarf. Troll coming up, and people keep asking about lizards. I don't believe you. I don't believe you. You're just trying to make lizards happen. No one wants lizards. Dragon race? Playable dragon humanoid race? No. Lizards are great, but freaking what are the dragonkin and tieflings? You guys have pencils down now before the playtest? Kinda. No dragonkin. Blah, a dragonkin. Blah. Is it tieflings? The whatever, like semi-demon, whatever, tieflings and dragonkin. Blah. I'd rather get rodent men. I'd rather get rat men in before tieflings. Okay, the Sarnax are kind of cool. Sarnax are cool, but Goblin's like, you say blug, but you know, I bet I can make it work. Maybe, but do we need to? Some things we don't need to make work. Rather have half-orcs than tieflings? Fair enough. Me too. The only good Sarnak is dead Sarnak. Okay, Zukin's on my side. Playable owlbears? That's the way I feel about tieflings, though. Could, not will or should. Tieflings, it's like... Ah. Look at me. I'm playing such an edgy, conflicted race. I mean, I'm talking all this shit, and honestly, I don't even remember if that's the backstory on tieflings. I'd like to see more original creations for playable races. I don't know. I don't know that I would, John, to be honest. Because that's when you start getting into the, oh, look, I'm going to subvert fantasy with all my big ideas. Let's really nail, like, tried and true fantasy first, and then we'll be like, then we'll start to sniff our own farts. Playable Aviax. Fair enough. Because Aviax didn't even have wings, really, did they? Why is my hipster voice German? Because there are German hipsters. Demons are cool. Demons are great. Want to have demons in the game? We'll have demons. We've got a whole shitload of... We've got layer upon layer of places where demons reside. And we're even fine calling them demons. But... tieflings... In the Planescape setting where tieflings were introduced, they were described as being a mixture of human and something else, with the implication that the medium-sized non-human ancestors originated from the evil lower planes. In further supplements, it was clarified that tieflings were usually descended from fiends, and not in the same manner as half-fiends, since the tieflings' fiendish ancestry lies further up the family tree. In 4th edition, tieflings are a race whose human ancestors made a bargain with devils to increase their power. Origin is similar in 5th edition. You'd pay an additional monthly sub to play a centaur race? Oh, so that both of you could fit into the centaur outfit? Nice. Maybe that could be an illusion for goblins and halflings. But you'd have to work together to move, otherwise you'd be walking sideways and shit. Illusion centaur. Or centaur disguise. Alright, let me fix this guy. We did have a Nomatar model at one point. Oh, you mean basically allowing for something to be playable that's not normally playable. Like a gelatinous cube, you said. We could do an entire gelatinous cube starting city. Gelatinous cube would be one of the easiest player races to add in later, I think. All the customization is just stuff, like when you get armor or whatever, it's just floating around in you. Whatever weapon you have equipped, it's just floating around in you. We do need to make a, we do need to make a gelatinous cube, though. The image for the image that's got, oh, nobody look at that. It's all just gnomes and kitties. Let me find... You found the kitty folder. Gnomes and kitties. It's innocuous. It's just random shit. Could have been worse. Actually, it can't be worse, Liz. I actually, who downloads pornography? By show of hands, do any of you actually? It's just streaming. You don't have to download it anymore, people. You just stream it. It's on demand. Why are you downloading weird shit? Stop it. Your ex, he alphabetized it. What? What? It had titles? What happens if the internet goes out, though? I don't know. He had folders A, B, C. Oh, goodness. Oh, goodness. I don't think I've downloaded a dirty photo since back when it took 20 minutes to render in and you didn't want to have to download it again, right? What was I looking for? It probably doesn't even matter anymore. I was gonna look something. Oh, the gelatinous cube. How we got from gelatinous cube to pornography, I don't know. I blame my community. Thank you, Liz Kimbut. I'm staying on top of it. Why do my streams always end up dirty? Chat, always chat. But you guys do keep it within. It's not too bad, so I appreciate that. We don't want to get too weird. Trying to find the Gentaki. Now we're going too far. We're reining it in. We're reining it in. Now we're going too far. Pineapple. Sparrow called pineapple. You know what that means. Yeah, so I cannot wait to get a gelatinous cube in. Any beholder type mobs? I know Wizards of the Coast won't let you use. We do have an evil eye. I was just looking at it in a folder. And it's got some cool animations and stuff. I could have sworn we had an update with it in there. What if we put an eye in a gelatinous cube? That would be a whole new monster. We're putting monsters in monsters. Golems, please tell me you'll have all sorts of them, even flesh. Yes, we will have golems. Yeah, I don't know if it's spawning because I thought we were saving it for Telekir B. Getting Little Shop of Horror vibe needed somewhere. Oh, Crazy Plant. That'd be good. Oh, Dargus. Pineapple. Yeah, Sparrow. I know the feeling. Monsters and monsters and memories. You had pineapple and pizza today? This biscuit's good for you. You're on the team. Let's make him a dwarf because he's a drunken cleric. Will there be any mimics like the fake treasure chest type? We're gonna have so many different. We're gonna have so many mimics. We're gonna have the best mimics. Boat mimics, building mimics. You're gonna be lost in a dungeon. You're gonna get excited because you're gonna see a torch down at the end of the hall. You're gonna get near it, and it's gonna be a mimic. The campfire at the login screen is actually a mimic. You laugh, but everybody's gonna forget that you said that, and that will be the big reveal in a while. You're gonna find a sword and you're gonna equip it, and it's gonna eat your face off because it's a mimic. It's like, do you want to modify the leg texture? There's no legs. Need a capsule mimic in the merch store. I found another shop that does like super custom merch. But you've got to actually inquire with them, and I got the feeling they're gonna want some cash up front, but they can make anything. So they're pretty tempting, just because they've got different streamers and companies and stuff, games like Apex Legends use them and stuff like that. They use them, and they've got so much weird variety of shit. They can make anything. So I need to shoot them a message and be like, all right, so what's the deal? And I've got the feeling there's like a minimum buy. But it's cool because then later on, maybe after we've sold you enough print-on-demand kind of janky merch, we'll have enough cash to be able to throw at a shop like that and get some super custom merch. So then you can have a capsule mimic that bites your hand. 8 Gambit, thank you for the follow. Hair color. I've got no hair. Beard? Can I adjust? No, wait. Beard. Will print-on-demand merch include body pillows of the dev team? Asking for a friend. Dargith, we want to have a life-size gnome body pillow, or at least it'll be as. We can get a gnome. We can get a saucy gnome printed on a pillow, and you can pretend it's a body pillow. Are all of the Eminem songs on the playlist? I feel like the long, mysterious ambient combat track I often hear on the stream is missing. I think they all are, but that's a fair question, Thorfinn. Hey, Spamlings. Alright, so we got this. Let's update his eyebrow color. Cool. Now let's go back to his equipment. Spamling says, we love you guys and the streams. Who is we? Are you more than one person? Who all am I talking to, Spamlings? And can one of you go pee for me? Because I really need to pee. Your friends? What? Are they there? Am I talking to them now? They are. Hi, Spamling's friends. Can we get squish pillows in the shape of the old capsule models? Maybe. Probably. That's looking pretty tight. Waste item. Can we get the female ogre as a body pillow? Asking for me. Asking for me. Full size female ogre body pillow. Was that not it? Is this not the... It's gotta be the waist. Oh, it's the brown leather. Okay. Will all 4 human cultures be in Night Harbor? For the time being, all human cultures, everybody's starting in Night Harbor. But are they represented in some way in Night Harbor? Yeah, Night Harbor is pretty cosmopolitan. So if you run around this weekend, you'll see sojourners. You might even be on a quest to follow some folks from East Hem. And the Bahara are all over the place there. And who are we missing? We got... Oh, the folks from Terralon. There may be somebody walking around there. Was there a clean wipe between the last test and this weekend? Creedle Juice asked. No. No. You've got your characters from the last test, if I'm not mistaken. That'll actually help us out a little bit. Ollie said you will have a choice of 3 servers, we think, and they will have your character, but at the end of the test, we will only keep the highest level character. All 3 servers will, yeah. Why can't wood elves be monks? So over time, we do plan to unlock new combos, whether that be based on content, stuff that's happening in the world, or quests or whatever. So. So Nick, is that a clarification or a question to Ollie? And then I'll read it out once I know. Both, I think. Okay. Or a clarification for Ollie. So what was just said was the highest. Let me see if I can state this in a different way. After this coming weekend's playtest, we'll keep your highest level character of the cloned characters. So if you've got Timmy, little Timmy, it'll be on all 3 servers available to you. Then if you play little Timmy on server number 1 and make it a higher level than the other 2 Timmys, then at the end of this test, we will check to see which is the highest level Timmy, and we will keep that one. I think that is incorrectly restated. And that goes for every character that you have. So Timmy, Sally, Snoo Snoo, everybody, we'll just look for the highest level ones. Okay, so I think we're good. Let's save this guy. Chinny D said, but what if I want the richest character on the server to be my lowest level? You're going to have to do that when we go live. You're getting a little too custom. You're getting what you pay for right now. Oh, Ali, I don't know if you want to shoot that into DMs, then I can better understand. Is there anything we can do to help you over the weekend? Any specific testing, pre-post things you would like volunteers for? I'm just speaking for myself, but I would say mainly want you to run around and have fun. Mainly have fun. Because if everybody's submitting bugs and all that stuff, then we got to go through that. We got to work through dupes and all that other stuff. But so I would say primary focus, have fun. It's the end of the year. It's been a great year. It's December 5th, which is kind of a mind blower. This year has been very fast. But so, I mean, it's December. We're going into wonderful Christmas season, holidays for those of you that aren't doing Christmas. But I'm old-fashioned. And so we just want shit to be really, really just enjoyable and relaxing. The main thing you can do is help people if you see them in OOC. They're like, I don't know where to sell anything. None of these vendors want to take my shit. Help them out. That'd be, if you want to give me a Christmas present, that'd be a nice one. If you see people struggling with quests, help them out. If you see anybody being an asshole, help them, chill, or let us know, and then we'll just nuke them. But yeah, the watching people help each other out in OOC has actually been pretty fantastic. So, do you feel targeted? No, John. Rev said Eminem's had some seriously good updates this year. Good year indeed. Appreciate it, buddy. I really, 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 really need AFK for 2 minutes and pee. I'll be right back. Be nice to each other. Pineapple. I'm now a professional streamer with a stream chair. I've had this chair since I first started. I got this chair in Stockholm. Crazy person. Oh, chair stream. I read that backwards. I transposed those. I know what you're saying now. Okay. Save NPC to the database. Let's check and see if he's in there. Drunk. Refresh. Oh, drunken. Cleric. Cool. Looks like he's, in theory, good to go. Alright, let's mess with another NPC. What else do we have there? Drunken thug. Let's fix his features. Saw reindeer the other day. They're so nice. Santa wasn't around, which was really odd. They're getting their last little chill time before they gotta go on their big ride, Justin. Check Slack really quick. Okay, I'll do that. I'll do this. Oh, that sounds cool to me. That sounds cool. Oh, and apologies. I likely won't tackle the starter guide thingy until tomorrow. That'd be cool, Ollie. What you're typing in the background. It'd be nice to have a splash with info. Generally speaking, I think that'd be helpful for us on the way in. How much of a break are you all going to take over Christmas, New Year's? You mean chat, or you mean us on the team? On a team, it's entirely just up to each individual. We don't really like specify downtime or anything. People just do what they need to do. Streaming, etc. Team streaming. Pretty much if I'm here, I'll be streaming. I mean, again, it's up to the team individually what they've got time for. Everybody knows their own like obligations and stress level and all that stuff. Do you think it's an appropriate time to do the offline tutorial island thing? We've still got to figure out how that it's actually going to function, Zukin. Just because there's a lot of stuff that we don't want to put on the client, so you know, we'll have to see what we... If it's truly offline, we'll have to see what we could actually do there. But if it's just like you can hop in anytime and practice tutorial environment, then that may be a different thing. But even then we've got to think about always online, offline tutorial island. Yeah. So it's something we can think about. It may be something, depending on the technical feasibility of it, Zukin, when we're doing the biome challenge coming up, we could talk about that. So Ali says above, so just had to verify something. We want to do a fresh hardcore character ladder for the test on the 9th. That's what Ali said. He said it will be fun, and I believe him. Goblin said, you know, I showed some random the game last night on Discord. Were they truly random, or is that just how you talk about your friends? They had never played EQ, hell, even WoW. The more I showed of the races and talked about the pace and emphasis on world, the more they seemed to fall for it. That's what I'm talking about. They fall into our third category of target audience. Truly random? It was just a random. You're on the bus, you're like, look at this! Hey, Jasmine. Okay. Jasmine's getting into the freezer, so I'm gonna mute. It's so loud. Some art guy in Discord you're in? Oh, cool. That's cool. Goblin's always whipping out Eminem to randoms on the bus. I know I do. Let me show you something cool. Whom or what is in your freezer that you have to mute them? New topic. So this guy's a drunken thug, and it's just a coincidence that he's a ginger with green eyes. Strictly a coincidence. And if you, before you even come at me with that depiction of certain folks from a certain island, Zukin said my people. I don't know. My name is as almost as Irish as yours. Needs mutton chops? With no hair? Whip out your ancestry DNA test, everyone. Well, apparently you can just find them online. Apparently 23andMe had all of that information stolen. Allegedly. Allegedly. I just saw an article about that. You gotta go back in? Alright, hold on 1 minute. Yeah, we'll have to get off the actual like 23andMe topic and stuff and data and this and that, because it'll go down a bad path, and then I'll have to pineapple you guys, and we'll start getting into real world nonsense. We can't be trusted to discuss stuff civilly. Come on. Oh, that's not a good color. That's also not, that's not a good combo. I'm not making a very good combo right now. What are his pants? His pants are bronze medal 2. Okay. Make his outfit emerald green. Would that be a little too on the nose? Not unless his nose was red. Need some more subdued colors. Alright, we'll save him like this. He's good enough for now. Oh, I think you might be right, Goblin, about the mutton chops with the bald head, but if I do them, if that match the beer color to the eyebrows, I think it's gonna be too much. Oh, maybe it's not. I don't know. Maybe it is fine. Maybe it's okay. Bill Faster and John, that old Lawnmower Man movie was awesome. He definitely looks the part. All right. Drunken Thug, you're good to go. Let's save this guy to the database. Let's see. What are some other people that live in the bins? We've got a shady magic user. We got. I don't think we have any rough ruffians in yet, but we can definitely add some rough ruffians. Mangy mongrels. We can also get some. Oh, we do need to get some mangy mongrels in there. That's no joke. Mangy mongrels. Seamus Ophisticuffs, the named mob. Street rat princess. Opiate peddlers. I don't. Maybe. We do have this guy. We've got a foreign herbalist. Are there any female ogres in that merc camp now that we've got them in? Not yet. If I had to guess, not yet, Zukin. Let me write that down as well. Ladies of the Night. They have many different names. We don't have any Ladies of the Night specifically. We do have... We do have a rowdy wench. Except she's not supposed to be a he. There we go. What do we need to do to make her look rowdier? Not red eyes. I kind of want to turn off the availability of red eyes for most folks. Save those for special cases, if you know what I mean. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge, nudge. Scar. Is there a scar available? Wait, Oh, she's got a meaner face there. This one's smiling. A live, laugh, live, love, laugh tattoo. I don't think we've got tattoos yet. Red eyes and deathly pale skin, probably. We'll save that for some other folks. We actually... Oh, she's not in yet, but I do have an encounter. Do you have an encounter in mind for that? Based on a wonderful old painting. So she's got like a scar-like tattoo. We'll give her that. Later on, that'll probably look a little different. Eyebrows? Oh yeah, give her the mean eyebrows. Eyebrow color? Should we make her blonde? Is that gonna do the trick? Oh yeah. Jintaki, my mom's name is Karen, thank you, and she is a very sweet lady. I think the braids, I do think the braids actually intensify the attitude a little bit. Blonde hair, black eyebrows. All right, let's do it. I think you might be onto something. Yep, I do think you are onto something. When I lived in Stockholm, on the corner of the block that I lived on was a really big hair place called Swedish Natural, I think. Swedish Natural. And basically in big windows you can see in, they have like 10 chairs or something in there. And it was just round the clock hair bleaching place. Everybody is getting that natural Swedish look. Dukin said, Goblin faces turned out really nice. Looks like some skin blush in there even. Yeah, it's wild. Coming along. What is the Swedish look? Blonde? Justin, yes. Everybody there is blonde. I was even blonde for a little bit. I didn't even mean to be. It just happened. Blonde hair, dark eyebrows, dark eyes. Now she looks German. Liz said, I remember one British ad for hair color claimed, when bus red and blue were colors, that you could be more naturally you. What part of blue hair is natural? It's how I feel inside. All right, I think we're good. I think we're good on the, I'm not doing a lot to mix up their outfits and stuff. I don't know if I should, but, I think they're probably fine like this for now. Did you check that guy who was walking off the pier? I have not checked him yet. I'm fairly certain he's fine though. We'll see. Let me hit save though before I forget. And then we could actually go in there and look. But I kind of want to do the foreign herbalist real quick. Let me check our data to see if it's updating. I always get nervous. Do you ever get nervous? I do. When I'm doing stuff that I really don't do a ton, then I oh, Justin checked? Okay. When I'm doing stuff that I don't do a ton of, I get nervous that the tools are not what you see is what you get. No offense to Ollie or Keith or anyone. You wanted to go to Margaritaville? He needs to watch out. He's gonna run into her. Okay, it looks like it's saved. It's odd the pier guy worked, but the wall guy took a long walk across the ocean bottom. I thought the pier guy was the one that went through the bottom of the ocean. Okay, let me find one more NPC. Oh wait, no, it's he is a he. Okay. Well, now he's really been randomized. Let's get busy with his features. Let me show you his features. Would he be... What sort of foreign would he be? Because if he's here, then East Tim and other places are foreign. Like to see the reaction when he gets back to base. Gerald, why are you always soaked when you get back from patrol? He's doing a thorough patrol. Just make everybody blonde. He at least needs a lot of belt pouches. Gotta have a stash somewhere. I actually don't know if, how do we... Can we just set that up here? Zukin, Goblin, Ollie? I think those are attachments and they have to be handled a different way. I think they've got to be set up. For an NPC, if I wanted to give him a belt pouch, is that feasible at the moment? Do we have that yet? Ah, okay. Yeah, so we'd probably have to trick it. What's up, dog? Green pants? I'll try it out. Let me turn these back to silver again, though. Or some other color. Alright, let's get on his paints. Cape, bracers, undershirt, chest, leg. Okay. Alright, Mr. Green Pants. Goblin skin pants. Green cloth 01. Looking impressive. What about his feet, Goblin? Then after this guy, we'll go repop and see if they all appear. If they appear in their new dress, even though there is also there's a magic user and a sassy woman that probably need a little love as well. Goblin, advice. Advice. Zukin, advice. You want the good stuff? Go tell Mr. Green Jeans you want the pineapple special. Extra crispy. He'll know what you're talking about. Reb Chumley, you sounded too excited on that one. Change his shirt to something slightly darker. Agreed. Where should we go with it? Brown leather 02. I wish it was like an actual brown leather. You know what I mean? I think after the holidays, we should look at some of the LERP options. What about that? Oh no, I just click left arrow and see options. What? That's brilliant. Holy shit. Learn something new every day. Oh my god, that's so much better, Goblin. I feel like a power user now. Oh, you didn't know? You know, I didn't know. That's what it makes sense. I just look right at it. I'm like, I'm just gonna overlook those obvious buttons. I wasn't even the least bit curious about them even. That's so bad. Everybody that's like, young people aren't going to understand your game. I think I've told this story before, but when I was working on DC Universe, we were at Comic-Con a couple times. And, you know, is controller based, or you could just keyboard and mouse, and you could just, as soon as you touch one, it just switched over, the UI switched and everything. It's pretty cool. Anyway, everybody's like, oh, it's kind of complex to get the controls. And we had adults showing up to the booth, and they were constantly just complaining. I don't understand this, and oh, this doesn't feel intuitive, and blah, blah, blah. And it's just constant feedback. And that was always the case with adults. Any kid that could like barely see up to the keyboard, they would just like reach up, grab the controller, pull it down to their little vantage point, look way up at the screen, and they would just start pushing every single button. They'd just do everything for like 2 minutes. Just everything. And it just looked frantic and sketchy and just like, oh, maybe they don't get... And then within like 3 minutes, they were zooming around and doing everything. Understood the controls perfectly. They were actually innately curious and pushed all the buttons, unlike me just now. So, they figured shit out. This is Goblin skin on this LERP, and it is looking okay, Goblin. It's not looking bad. Isan said most of, if not all of the adults that warned us in the 80s You better learn computers, still fail at computers, some are hopeless. This guy needs to drop an actual goblin skin mantle. Super rare drop. Alright. Let's check out his boots and then we'll save him. Isn't randomly pushing buttons in a dev environment bad? No way. Zuganet's awesome. And yes, Goblin. That's what you get for putting the lotion on its skin. Oh no shit. I don't think I've seen it since it's been modified, Zukin. Feats. Feats don't fail me now. I'm just pushing the damn. This is so much better. You guys would just watch me not use these arrows for 2 hours or an hour. Goblin needs his skin. He does not. He regenerates his skin. That's why goblin skin stuff is such a good business. Goblins regenerate their skin over time. It's very painful. It really sucks for them, but they regenerate their skin over time. And so they're literal factories full of goblins being skinned and made into outfits. Whoa, that's dark. Yeah, don't blame me. It's the world we live in. I didn't come up with it. Sounds like a solid business model. Fun fact, it's run by goblins. Damn! Perfectly bricked. Perfectly bricked. Fun fact, it's run by goblins. Those evil bastards. I know Chinny D's out there making notes. He's like, that's not a bad idea, guys. Only the strongest survive? Well, that would be trolls. Actually, I think we just told a troll story. I think we just told a troll story, not a goblin story. That actually works really well with them. Alright, we'll hit save here. And then... let me check one more thing. Sassy. A sassy smuggler. It's still run by goblins. Fair enough. The trolls employed the goblins because they no, but the trolls would, I don't know. I think the trolls will give you a run for your money, Goblin. She just looks like a badass right now. Kind of like the darker eyebrows on her as well. What do you guys think? Other fun fact, goblins being flayed volunteer because they like it. Candy bar, candy bar. Quixana, take care. see you Thursday or this weekend, whichever one comes first. All right, sassy smuggler. I'd imagine goblins wouldn't want to get on the bad side of the trolls, but that skin regen business. Like, they do regenerate. Kind of hard not to leverage the opportunity, guys. Guys, hear me out. I know it hurts, but I'll cut you in for 10%. All right, so we hit save there as well. Cool. Let's actually let's go back. Let's get in the game. Close this window first. Cut you in, haha. It was a completely unintentional pun. Not clever enough to have come up on that. It'll grow back. Guys, it'll grow back. Yeah, I could see that, Goblin. Dang. Goblins, or sorry, all these characters looking pretty badass. Hey, Rediker. Why are you playing this song? Because I didn't hit loop, did I? Didn't hit loop. Is there any major secret things in game currently you haven't seen anyone find out yet? Without, of course, telling us. Yeah. Lots. Did I need to pull latest? Oh, I probably did. That's not the problem, but I do need to do that. I do need to grab latest. Who all's in here? Okay. And then right after this, I'll grab latest. Hey, two twirls. Yeah, Goblin asked if there's a race class combo unlock quest in game. I refuse to answer. I mean, it could be in. Yeah, this is a really pleasant song. All right, let me fly up here. Cheat a little bit. Okay. Why do mobs have an A and in front of their names? A rat or a farmer, etc. Why not just rat or farmer? Rediker said because they are one of many. It's got an old school feel, and the reason why it was used back in the day was because that name was, it just pulled right in. So when you get in a fight with a watchman, it'll say like a watchman hits you for, you know, X damage or whatever. You wait at a watchman kind of thing. 7 pounds of meatloaf in the oven. 2 nights of dinner incoming. Work smarter, not harder. 7 pounds of meatloaf sounds like... That sounds like a fun afternoon. I just eat until I couldn't move anymore. Oops. It's where the term name mob came from. If it didn't have the A and, it's likely as good loot. Yep, that too. 7 pounds of meatloaf was my nickname in high school. Senior Angus. Or you considered Angus beef? Then why not written with a capital letter? A and? Because it just looks weird. Lowercase is more versatile. Alright, there's our... That too, right? That's what I meant by versatile. Isn't a drunken cleric redundant statement? Depends on the part of the world. I can even tell if a dwarf is drunk. The only way really is to look at the name. If you want to be certain. Hey, isn't your hair supposed to be orange, sir? What's going on here, buddy? He did not save properly. Is there a difference between what we're seeing in the dressing room and what's hitting the database? Decided he didn't want to be a ginger, so he dyed it. Yeah, it's out of control. It's like maximum overdrive. That was the first sign that something was going terribly wrong. Does the orange hair look different rendered in his lights? But his eyes are also the wrong color as well. He had green eyes instead of blue, remember? He's such a badass that he doesn't bother with the bridge. He's like, there's an herbalist. At least he's correct. He's drunk, that's why. Fair enough. You guys are so smart. What color would orange be? I can check the database. Zukin, do you know offhand? Okay. Is it in Confluence? Hey, Dasava. Alright, let's look up the various customization. Then again, the question is if is number 6 maybe? I can try it. I'll just do that real quick. Eyebrows 2. It set everything to 0 in here. So 6. We are talking about drunken thug. Now there's a boisterous brawler. Yeah, that is him. Eyebrows 6. Beard 6. Yeah, well, let's just restart and see what happens. Or, I guess I could have just reloaded the NPC. Oh well. Gotta get used to doing that. That was it. All right, and now eye color. What is green? If you're still in there, Zukin, let me know what green eye color is and I'll update that as well. Ah, okay. But we know what it isn't at this point. That would be super helpful, Zukin. Updated documentation is a lifesaver. It is one of my favorite things. It's just super helpful because then when people aren't around or whatever, it just makes it so much easier to figure stuff out. I'm the only one in the zone, so I don't mind bouncing it a couple times. All right, so this weekend is the playtest. Thursday, I'll be streaming again. And by then, we'll probably just be running around in the actual build. Oh, that is not the right eye color. Excuse me. Drunken walkers need a randomizer and are pathing to veer left or right. So many steps as they move, maybe random stops, thinking every once in a while. Yeah, we were joking about the drunken walk animation. We could use that for when players are drinking as well. Nobody's in here, so I can just reload the zone as much as I want. Selectable idle movement anims is one of the things from ESO that I love. I think it's really cool as well. That's the type of stuff that... there we go. Got it. So... eye color 2 is green. No, I'm saying there is a stream on Thursday, and we'll probably just be playing the game. Oh, there's a sassy smuggler. I will be here on Thursday, unless something weird happens IRL, but I should be here Thursday. And then I'll also be streaming for a decent chunk of the playtest as well. Esan says, your GM character looks like the DM from D&D cartoon. Is that on purpose? Purely coincidental, sir. Purely coincidental. Strictly coincidental. Sounds good. Is the last build ready, or will there be another one before Saturday? I've got to look. I wouldn't be surprised if there's another sort of last minute build before Saturday, but... but we should be pretty close if we're not there yet. This place is awesome at night. Here, I'll turn it to nighttime so you can get a little bit better feel of the place. Then as we've got time after the, because this came in pretty hot. There's still some more work going to be done in the district itself. Just a little addition of the sanded goblin put in the ground textures. That's a lot of character to the city. Yeah, the new... So this blending, if you weren't here at the beginning, which I don't think you were, you can see just how nicely this blends using the height data and stuff from the various textures. And so we'll eventually have it so we're doing the walls, and you know, you can have... like maybe down by the water, we've got it where it's a little stained or something. Moss growing, grub cracks in plaster over different material types. Graffiti? I don't know. I was just thinking barnacles. Maybe some barnacles. Go to harbor. Go to... So yeah, little chunks here and there coming together. But I mean, even just looking around here from last playtest to now, it's the texture work has really added a ton. The additional props. Yeah, hopefully it turns out to be a city that you guys enjoy hanging out in. Hoping things feel pretty nice for you. Who is doing the prop work? Bilth? Yep, Bilth has been doing the majority of the prop work. We'll double check this guard, make sure that he's patrolling properly and not through the water. I think that's him way down there, so we'll be able to actually see him in action. Sorry, got distracted. Does the wooden dock pier man just walk up the edge? The one that we fixed? It's this guy right here. We'll see in theory if he turns around and starts walking. Another one you're going to look at after him. Oh, you're right. There was another one. Okay, this guy's fixed. I honestly don't remember. Oh, over here. Way over here. Let's go into super speed mode. Wait, no, that's not super speed. That's just... You not got to go to yet? I got to go to, but... Alright, Liz, which guy am I going to? Wooden dock pier dude. I don't think it's going to... I don't know if that's going to work. I got to find him. I'll just pull up the data and then we'll look. We'll look together. We'll do it together. Do it together. It'll be great. From where the other guy turned around, it looked to be the first wooden pier after. We'll take a look. You don't remember the Do It Together song from the Sesame Street record when we were kids? By we, I mean probably not a lot of you. Some of us didn't get Sesame Street? No? Is it because you're in the UK? I'm sorry. Okay, yeah, you're right. This guy right here. You had bod. That sounds weird. We'll do it together. Cookie tree. Sesame. Yep, that's it. Oh man, I wish I could play that without... any repercussions. Alright, so is this guy the guy? Yeah, because I bet you that's just to go home from there, I think. So 539, who are you? Tell me all about yourself. And that end is a go home. Oh, there she goes. He is actually a she. Let's see what she does. Which she is she? There she is. Hey, sister. Well, that's the first problem. I think Stab might have put these in. I'll have to remind them that for the time being, at least, we've got to be more specific with our go-tos because our AI doesn't really. They're not super clever on the nav meshes. They tend to fudge it a little bit. Well, that's not 100% the case, Liz. Depending on the environment, the nav mesh can dictate a simplistic go-to's path, right? So I think what the problem is right there. There's the nav mesh up on the pier. And then there's the nav mesh right there with the sand, and they're proximal enough that it's fine. She's like, I can step down that. That's not a big deal, right? So she's actually being kind of smart in that regard. Because it's natural for if we had a go-to that was like go here, then we want her to go up. And the same thing, if we're here and we said go down there, you know, we may want her to just go down there, but sometimes when we try to save ourselves a little bit of work with the number of go-tos that we have for a specific path, right? It's not much different than saying we want her to go here and then swerve over to here and then go over there. So, Two Twirls said, will female gnome be in for the test? Zukin responded, afraid not. But she is being worked on. Vumbra says, hey Sean, quick question about groups. My biggest gripe in EQ is finding groups after the initial server rush when they open. Will there be a tavern or something to provide a mechanic to help with this issue? We've got some good ideas in place that we want to work through on LFG tools. There's also a social ledger that I would like to get in place so that it's easy for you to see who you've grouped with in the past and reach out to people and make friends. If you're like, oh man, that little gnome was really cool last weekend, but I don't remember his name. Then you can just scroll through your ledger and see and be like, hey, Azaleel, do you want to group up again? And we'll play with a few things like that. Right now, you also get a nice buff for hanging out at taverns or inns. So Rediker said, oh, I love Steam's recently played with list. Yeah, I mean, sort of thing, it makes sense, right? If we're encouraging social stuff. Social stuff. I like how I'm being real specific. Oh, her pause time is 425 seconds. I don't know that we're going to stick around for that long. Should make her start ranting about someone following her. And some creepy some creepy short ass little dungeon master. Now that we've got the different eye colors in, I can update my character. I can fix them. There's a lady in Freeport that rants about somebody following her? What? DDJ comes in at the last minute and says, didn't miss the stream, just most of it. Yeah. Oh, interesting. The stream didn't cut out today. Zukin, have you had any issues with the stream cutting out recently? With your stream coming out, cutting out, I guess? You know what? We will wait until she moves for sure. Fisherwoman's like, what a creep. What is he looking at? So who all is actually going to be a bit? Maybe it's, would it be easier to ask who's going to be in the playtest this weekend or who's not going to be? The new Sungreet Strand song is on the playlist. And you know what? Northern Sky said, I shall be there. Reddiker says, everybody, Planet 65, I'll be there. Infarish will be there. Normally Fans will be there. Liz is going to put in as many hours as she's able to. Two Twirls will be there. Stonelistic will be there. Kovex will be there. Distrum will be there. Nicodemus is going to marathon the entire thing. Vumbra, Dasava, Chinny D. They'll be there. John's debating it. Alright, well then we'll just block your access. We'll make it easier for you. Trevor hopes they'll be there. Fielders for sure going to be there. DDJ7 will be there at the very last minute, much like my stream. So tired. I gotta get up early, go to a stupid doctor's appointment tomorrow, have them look at my finger some more. Ugh. Hope it's a better doctor than the last one I talked to. She was lame. Lazy Lions then said I have 3 ways to be there. I'll be playing it, watching, and or in spirit. Hopefully all 3. Was I able to find a military doc? No. I went to the local hand specialist. And I'm gonna go back there tomorrow morning. Alright everybody, if you just tuned in, we're waiting for this fisherwoman to finally do her go home command after a 425 second pause. Had I realized it was a 425 second pause before I followed her, I would have just modified that pause and pushed that data. But we're here now. Must be a good day to go fishing. Every day's a good day to go fishing. Twitch category just pausing. Speaking of, Bullet Catcher, are you still out there? I don't know if Bullet Catcher's still out there. If you're still out there, I just want to say I have not forgotten about you. I think once the play test's over, things will calm down a little bit, but it's very like fishing, sitting, staring, waiting on something to move. Even if you're not drinking beer, fishing it's super relaxing. Very meditative. Meditative. Oh, there she goes. There she goes. 425 seconds have elapsed. It gives you migraines, this says. Even fishing in WoW gives you migraines. Why do you hate fun so much? So, I think it makes sense that she walks back because, like I was saying, the nav mesh under here is way under here. So she's not... There's nothing tempting her to take a shortcut. But let's see if she takes a shortcut once she gets up here. Yep, now she takes a shortcut. Braxius, are you on our Discord? Yep. So she needs some extra go-tos. Before she drowns. Yes, I'm still here. Hey, Death by Gnomes. All right, so we'll hit these. We'll hit these a little later. Cool. All right, it is 11:07. I will be back on Thursday, and we'll play the game. We'll just play a little bit because by then it'll be too late to really modify much. We'll look for anything critical while we play. Maybe some of the team will be available for a little group. Who knows? If not, then I'll solo a bit, I guess. So Thursday. Braxius, I didn't push the button. I went over there to find the commands, and I didn't even push the button for you. Check Discord. Check Discord. So you guys. Oh, and if you're not a part of, if you're not subbed to our YouTube, then you probably don't see some of the videos that we put up, and then you don't see things like the cool short that was just put up by Zukin. And so I'm going to play it right here. Except I can't rewind shorts, so we'll have to loop it. That's how I said one of those thumbs up was me. Right on. $37 thumbs up. 37 is my lucky number. But you guys definitely check it out. Give us a thumbs up. And on that note, I'm going to bed, guys. I gotta get up early, so I'm gonna crash out of here. We're hoping to have things ready for you to download a bit earlier, Death by Gnomes, and you'll be able to get in here. Fielder, Distrom, Lasava, Rediker, good night. Northern Sky, good night. Two Twirls, you are very welcome. Mortis, Gnomely Fans, Stunlistic, John, good night. Robert, good night, my dear friend. Liz, Biscuits, good night. Nicodemus, see ya, buddy. DDJ, good night. Catch the VOD, you missed a bunch of wonderful stuff. Dozakar, good night, you're very welcome. Infarish, see you. Death by Gnomes, you're good night and you're welcome. Kobex, see ya. Isan, good night. Brother man. Enoch, see ya. Cool, alright. I think that's it. I'll get my emojis, my emotes prepped here. Perfect. I'm going to push the button now. I will see you Thursday. Have a great, I guess, Wednesday. I'll see you Thursday. If I don't see you Thursday, I'll see you on Saturday.